make a start on this. We'll go to here. Right, hi. Welcome to episode 2 of the Samurai Coach podcast. Trying something a little bit different today. We're going to try and record it for YouTube as well as onto the podcast app. Tried doing that on the laptop. For some reason it's saying I haven't got anything set up when I go into the same app on there. So just working on the phone at the moment. Before we start and get into the nitty gritty, thanks for everybody that listened to the first podcast. Had a few listens, which is great. Not going to expect any Joe Rogan style numbers or anything at the moment. If you enjoyed the first one, if you could subscribe to it and share it, so spread it out on your social media, that would be much appreciated. The more likes and posts and shares, recommendations, follows, subscribes we get, then the more people that will get advantage of it. Right, what we're going to look at, first thing what we're going to be talking about is September, new challenge month. So this month I'm doing my Pitbull impersonation, so instead of Mr. 305 I'm going for Mr. 307, or the 307 September challenge. What I'm doing on that will be a list of a variety of different challenges across the month. Let me just pull up my list of what I've got planned for that. What we're working on is 30 days of September, 3-0, 7 challenges, but also the 7 is inspired from Septem, which is Latin for September. Apparently it was the 7th month out of the 10-month calendar before we went into the 12 months calendar that we use these days. The 7 challenges or activities that I've set myself. Read one book. Now it doesn't sound a lot, but I usually listen on audiobooks. There's one book I've got that isn't on an audiobook, so I want to get that finished in September. Work out 4 times a week. Gyms are back open in Scotland now, so it should be easily done. Write 4 articles, so 1 article basically a week. Work on the website, the T48 challenge, which I completed my challenge that I completed last month. I'm going to be opening that out to the public. Start working on what I'm developing that's called my M3 course. That's movement, mindfulness, meditation. The M3. Do a couple of posts a day on social media, try and get the interaction going on that one. 1 live on social media, be it Facebook or Instagram, a week, and film at least 4 videos for the YouTube channel. I could count this, if it works, as one of those, but I'm hoping to get more of the club sessions done onto the YouTube channel as well. From this week we'll be allowed a little bit more contact, not pad work or anything, but we can still do stuff like Hubud and everything like that. So that's all good and onwards and upwards for the Samurai Coach stuff that we've got working on. Right, the topic for today's podcast though, let's get into the nitty gritty of that. So it's going to be, ignore me while I make some notes as well. The topic will be motivation versus determination. A lot of people say, how do you stay so motivated to train in the martial arts for 30 years, or how do you get motivated to train on a weekly basis, 3-4 times a week, when people can't, or how do you stay motivated to count your calories, track your calories, to be able to get the weight loss going, so things like that. And the problem with that, motivation is actually the easy part. You can look around you and your motivation's there. Motivation is easy to find. So what you're looking for with your motivation is something that inspires you. So for me, that's family. So we've got Emma, so we've got Emily, Charlotte, Jessica, Molly, so brothers, so sisters, nephews, nieces, friends. So, but also the club as well. So they all motivate me. So they all motivate me to keep going. They all motivate me to make sure I stay as healthy or get healthier. So get fitter, get stronger. Turned 48 at the weekend, and so not getting any younger. But I need to make sure that I'm staying healthier. So I want to be around for when it's like for another 30, 35 years. So watch all my children grow up, so watch the grandchildren have children, become a great granddad. Those are the things that should be motivating you. Those are internal motivations for me. An external motivation, which most people tend to try and grab onto, is fleeting. They want to grab onto something that's like, so they've got a holiday coming up, so they want to drop half a stone for that. But they suddenly realise they've only got 3 weeks to do it in. Christmas is coming up now. Where are we? Start September. So you've got Christmas coming up. Everyone's going to be thinking, oh, we can get Christmas parties. Maybe not so much this year, but they still want to be going out drinking and celebrating. You don't, so you want to maybe slim down, so you're not hitting the new year another stone heavier than you are coming out of lockdown. What else is, what other ideas are there? Holidays, obviously. Family weddings, so you've been in lockdown for a little bit now, you put on a few extra pounds, so suddenly that dress you bought for a wedding that's now going ahead, so it isn't fitting you, or it isn't looking as nice as it should do. So these are all external motivations. You might bust your ass off trying to get onto them, trying to hit those targets. But as soon as you hit them, then what? Then you've got nothing else to aim for. So you go back. So you start sneaking in the extra biscuit, the extra bag of crisps, an extra beer here or there. You've got nothing to aim for, because as soon as you pass that, you've hit that goal. That's it. It's moved on. It's gone. It's finished. So it's too external for you to continue working within that area, within that line, that framework. So that's when we're looking at the motivations. You want to try to work something more personally. So for the martial arts, so my motivation initially was, I wanted to learn, so I wanted to get a bit fitter. So I wanted to you're motivated or you're inspired. I was inspired by the Chuck Norris films, so the American Ninja stuff. So you've got Jean-Claude Van Damme that was around in the 80s. So they inspired you to go out there and want to do it. So then your motivations when you start training are the belt grades. So, but then sort of like a lot of people will get to black belt, or don't even make it as far as black belt, because it becomes harder and harder. They might fail a grading, or they realise the dedication that they've got to put into the training isn't what they thought. It doesn't come as easy as they thought it would be. The 5-minute montage on it's like the Van Damme films, where he's suddenly gone from being a bit shit to being sort of like high kicking, sort of like doesn't happen in 5 minutes or a couple of weeks like it shows in the films. It takes years of dedication. So the motivation soon winds down, and then you're thinking, I can't find something else to do now. That's where the determination of the mindset stuff comes into things. But the belts ultimately are an external motivator. So once you hit those, you're kind of thinking, well, what's next? Got to black belt. Let's go again. Start recording that again. Right. Excuse me. Sorry. Like before, it's going to be rough and ready. So as it comes out. So I've kind of make mental notes, and then it goes in and comes out. So in here, out here. So then we've got your external motivations. Obviously are your the belts. So, but when you get to a certain level, you're going to be like, what else is there? For me, it was I started teaching, and the motivations there is that you want to become better, so you can pass on your information better. You start looking into different ways of teaching. You start understanding teaching in different ways. But then you're also looking at performing your skills better. That should be a motivator. It's not just what's required for that belt, but it's improving everything that came with all the other belt levels. Those are the things that matter. So it's developing a deeper foundation to your knowledge, not a wider base. So a strong tree has deep roots. So not wide, where it's going to get blown over by the wind easy. So so those are the motivations for me. So, and you need to find your own motivations before you can start progressing in any endeavour that you're looking to do. What we're looking for is, off of that, is a determination to keep going. And the determination to keep going is only as strong as how much you're willing to commit to it. If you're not actually committed or ready to make the changes necessary, then you're never going to progress to a level where you're going to be happy. Where are we? Let me just find my notes on what I wanted to. So the determination that you're after will come in a number of different ways. So you need to find your reason, your motivation. Okay. That's what you need to find first of all. Without that reason, you're not going to succeed. You'll then need to be willing to accept that there's going to be hardships. So willingness and acceptance that you're going to have to make sacrifices, you're going to have to put yourself out. If you're looking to lose weight, you're going to have to sacrifice being hungry sometimes, or not eating as much of the good stuff that you like. Cut down on the amount of alcohol you're consuming, anything that is going to affect where you want to be. If you want to get fitter, you're going to have to go out and go to the gym. If you want to get stronger, you're going to have to lift weights. So if you want to just develop some sort of cardio, you're going to have to hit the streets, hit the treadmill and do something. You want to get your black belt, you're going to have to go to your lessons. It's as simple as that. You need to get the training in. You need to practice at home, you need to practice in the class, you need to practice. It all takes dedication, and without that you're never going to make it. This is why you've got the elite level performers, because they've got the dedication to get up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and get their asses to the track, to get down to the swimming pool. So before school, after school, before work, after work. That's just what you need to accept. So, and then you've got to have the commitment to be able to follow that through. Not just once in a while, daily. So every hour of the day you want to be committed to doing what task you set yourself for. Because without that commitment, it's just going to wane. So, and it's hard to do. So, and nobody's perfect. Everyone has rough days. So, but set small goals. Make it as part of your lifestyle. People make too much of a thing about drop hits, as like making too many changes, but they try and make too many changes at once. So those changes could be trying to give up smoking, they want to lose weight, and they want to get fit. So New Year resolutions for 50% of the country, say. So you're looking to give up smoking, you're looking to get fit, and you're looking to lose weight. Now, nature abhors a vacuum. So you're taking away you're creating 3 vacuums. so that weren't there. So you're taking away the smoking. What do you fill that? What do you fill that with? So you're taking away or at least 2 vacuums you're creating. You're taking away calories. You're creating a calorie deficit. What do you fill with that? So you fill it with your training to get fit. But are you prepared to commit that level of training, which will probably end up having to be 7 days a week, to get to the level of fitness that you want to get into, or to be able to stop the smoking, to be able to cut the calorie deficit? Because if you're training 7 days a week, you're going to be eating more, so that could balance that out. So you're not going to be hungry, but you're going to be sore. And can you commit to 7 days a week, especially if you've got a family? Because your partner's not going to be happy with it, your kids aren't going to be happy with it. You could injure yourself easily, so that's time off work. There's all of these things that you need to think about. So slow steps. So reduce the number of cigarettes. You're not going to stop straight away. There's very few people who have the willpower to do that. You're looking to lose weight, so make that the first thing. So decide which is going to be easier for you. So prioritise what's going to be better for you, and then develop and work on your the goals that you want to set, but do it in small goals. Progressively overload. That's what everyone talks about when you're training. So you progressively overload. You don't go and do a back squat and try and put 100k on the bar straight away. You develop. You start with a bar, and you put 20 kilos on it. So if that's easy, so you're working at 40, then you might go up to 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Blah. You progressively overload as the weeks continue, as the weeks go past. Same with the martial arts. We progressively overload with our training. That's what the belts are all about. It's stages, and that's what we forget about when we are looking to make lifestyle changes. Small incremental changes that will benefit you more than massive big changes which aren't sustainable. Okay, so that's the message for today anyway on today's podcast. So motivation's easy. Look around you, make those motivations internal, so something that you can look at every day and go, that's why I'm changing. Keep your determination going by working small sustainable changes rather than getting demotivated because you can't hit those massive big goals that you've set yourself. Okay folks, like I say, if you like the podcast, share it please, subscribe, be much appreciated. Hopefully this has worked for YouTube as well, and we'll see, we'll get it going. Remember, follow us on Instagram at the Samurai Coach, Facebook Samurai Coach, YouTube page, just search for the Samurai Coach. More videos will be going up on that as well, and let's see what we can get going. So I'll keep you informed on or keep a lookout on the social media and the website for all the articles and everything that's coming with the 307 challenge. And if you've got any ideas for something that we could use for October's challenge, then give us a shout. But keep an eye on the website as well, lots of things coming to that, and we'll finish it there. Right, so appreciate your time, take it easy.